Okay, now when we're gonna taste, don't be surprised when we spit the wine out. We always try to tell to our friends that never go on a first date, you know, on a wine tasting, because a lot of people are gonna be spitting. It's kind of, it's not an appealing thing to watch.
Yes,
but we're gonna try to show. So we got a very nice spit bucket here, which is what the professional sommeliers usually use out there. So we're gonna use it. So don't be surprised.
And of course, if you go to a wine tasting where you're spitting out wine, never wear white. Learn the hard way.
Well, see. Okay, let's go. Wow, I get a ton of acidity in this wine. It is amazing.
That's what the nose hinted at to me. It's very, once again, it's very much alive. The acidity is just, you know, it's just almost exploding on the palate there with all kinds of reinforced flavors. Definitely, I pick up a lot of green apple as well.
I get that. Yeah, I get a ton of that as well.
And a lot of minerality.
Yeah, well, that's what makes these wines a little different than California wines.
Oh, totally.
Not even any California wine made it will never get these minerals in here because it's all in the soils of Burgundy. Am I right?
Yes, yes. The terroir, you know, in Burgundy they say it's all about the terroir. It's all about the soil. There are parts of Burgundy in specific vineyards where one row, the fruit from that row, might taste radically different just from another row 10 yards to the left or right. These wines very much express a sense of place of the soil, and you really pick it up with Burgundies more so than probably any other wine in the world, red or white.
And what is also very important for me, the most important thing when I'm tasting wines is the acidity. When it comes to a sommelier point, I think the acidity is what pretty much makes the dishes taste much better.
Absolutely.
If you had dishes that, for this particular wine, I will have maybe lobster, shrimp.
Oh, totally.
A dish that is very fatty,
Yep.
and the acidity of this one will really cut through and enhance the flavors of the foods. So acidity is very, very important for us, especially for me, because that's pretty much what it will tell you whether wine will last a long time or not.
It is for me too. You know, acidity is what makes food taste good when you're pairing food with wines. I like to use the analogy of lemon juice, for example. Nobody drinks it by itself, but it's great on a fish. Food and wine pairings work along a very similar dynamic.
You know what, Neil? And I also get on the finish in this one. I still taste the finish in this one.
Oh, yeah.
A wine,
it's very long.
To me, it's also telling me this 2005 vintage Burgundy that all the press is not all
it's
hype.
not hype.
They very, very, very right on cue. The finish is right there. We've been talking for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and I can still taste it. And I can taste some of the oak. But you know what? The oak is very well integrated with the fruit in here.
Yeah.
So I think that what makes this wine unique is that the fruit does not overpower the oak, and the oak does not overpower the fruit. I think this wine is very harmonious. It's delicious as what it is.
It's fantastically balanced.
So let's give it that's what it is. It's fantastically balanced. That's the word. So let me give you the one for taste, and also we can finish the one for the finish in here. It was a great finish and value. This wine is $26.99. So I think this is a steal for the price. I have tasted wines from Burgundy, the big names like Batard Montrachet, maybe not Batard, maybe a Puligny or Chassagne Montrachet,
yeah.
that are very expensive wines that don't even come close to these wines. So this is a very good, and by all means, you know, we are true believers of wines that are made from the beginning to the end by the same person. But Trenel, I just find out, is a negociant.
Yes, they buy fruit.
So negociant means that they buy fruit from other sources and they make the wine at the winery. So for a negociant point of view, this is very, very, very good. So let's give it what we have in here for the value.
Exceptional. And typically, Ivan, also it's worth noting that usually the Burgundies from this part of Bourgogne do tend to be very good values anyway.
Okay.
Historically. But this, in a year like 05, wines from places like the Côte de Mâconnais, the Côte de Chalonnais will really give the more famous names from further north in the Côte du Beaune and the Côte de Nuits a serious run for their money.